Hello and welcome to the Christ and Culture webcast. I'm your host, Taylor DeSoto. Pastor Dane Johansen of Agris Reformed Baptist Church just posted an extremely helpful video on the process that he has employed and the process that he has been teaching his students on how to learn Koine or Koine Greek, including myself. In that video, he mentioned me a little bit, and so I thought that maybe I'd add a rejoinder video to his to kind of show what I'm doing. Confirm what he's saying is actually true. So a little bit of background, my story with Greek. I started with Machen, and I picked up mounts, and I have the vocab cards, and if you've watched my channel, you know that I've sort of endorsed the method that he was teaching in that video. But for about a year, I would say I really didn't gain a whole lot of ground. First of all, because I didn't put in daily time. That's the biggest thing I was doing wrong. I thought that I could just throw myself at Greek, 2 hours a week. I could do an hour on Tuesday, an hour on Thursday, and I'd be fine. That yielded me about 300 words at the end of a year, the ability to understand the present active indicative, maybe a little bit of subjunctive, not a whole lot. So after about a year, I bought into what Dane was selling. I said, okay, let's do this for real. Let's actually learn Greek. Let's actually learn how to read my Bible in Greek and not just be able to parse it. Because at the end of my year, I mean, I could use my Logos, I could use my Greek tools, and I could really understand what one word was saying or what one phrase was saying with enough work. That was, I mean, if you read through any grammar, you'll be able to do that. However, that's not my goal. I want to actually be able to read the Greek New Testament in its context and as though it were even a first language for me. That's my goal. And when I decided that was going to be my goal, my studies completely changed. So what have I been doing? Well, there's a couple things I'm doing since making this change. But the first change I immediately made, I daily vocab, just off the top. Just start using daily vocab. But then I took phrases throughout I was reading and translating through John chapter 1. And so I took, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but I took phrases, oops, these are upside down. I took phrases from John, and I just made flashcards. Oh no, that's my scripture memorization. Let's see if I can actually find the right flashcard. Here we go. Okay. Might help if I get the right one. So I just made phrase flashcards and just kind of, did that. And so I was not only doing vocab, but I was doing phrase vocab. And then the most ingenious thing that I didn't think of, but I started making an interlinear. And what do I mean by making an interlinear? By hand, I am copying the New Testament in Greek and making an interlinear on the bottom, making an interlinear. So as you can see, I'm in Matthew chapter 9, and it's a slow-going process. And, so I have the Greek and English on one side, and then over here, I have space for vocab helps and syntactical helps. So for example, I have a vocab help over there, and then I'm starting to go through a Greek textbook and actually writing each lesson into the other side. So at the end of this process, I'm probably going to have 2 or 3 Greek grammars and grammar tools in this actual journal right here. And so you have, these are subject identifiers, verb endings, that sort of thing. And then I have tense identifiers on this page. So the idea, and then I'm getting those from this textbook. It's called The Beginner's Reader Grammar for New Testament Greek by Harper and Rowe. I think the author is Colwell and Toon. This one I got for like $7 on Amazon, hardback and everything. So I'm just literally, as I'm going through that textbook, transcribing it into my hand-copied New Testament. How cool is that? So at the end of this this process, I'm going to have a Greek New Testament interlinear that I made by hand with grammars and vocab helps. And I mean, this thing is, if I lose it, I'll be very, very sad. So what has this process done for me? What is this process of doing vocab cards and phrase cards and in making an interlinear and going through a grammar book and I'm going through Machen as well? What has this all done for me? Well, my vocab has probably increased maybe 200 words in a week. I mean, I'm not even kidding. I can, like I mentioned in a previous video, there's a lot of places I can just flip to and understand what it's saying. Even if I don't understand a word or two, I kind of understand the gist of what's going on around the words I don't understand. And I'm still quite a far away from understanding the context enough. I think you have to have about 91% of the words memorized or known in the New Testament to start to pick up on context clues and understand the words based on contextual clues. You have to have somewhere between around a 91% comprehension of the words in the Greek New Testament to do that. But in the meantime, I'm writing these, and then I'm reading them out loud, and then reading them out loud again, so that I can solidify that. So here would be an example. This is Matthew 9:19, and I read kind of slow because I'm new at modern Greek. I started with Erasmian pronunciation, and so this is relatively new for me, but here we go. So K, and I'll say and, K, and, egerthis, having arisen, egerthis, having arisen, o Iisus, Jesus, o Iisus, Jesus, K egerthis o Iisus, and having arisen, Jesus, and then I'll go and I'll do that, and I'll keep on going. So that's how I'm learning the vocab, because I'm writing. It's a lot of work. Don't get me wrong, this is a lot of work, but if you're trying to learn Greek and actually learn Greek, having struggled with the grammatical approach for a year, I cannot recommend this more highly. And then finally, one other thing that I'm doing is I'm listening and reading, and then also Dane and I try to do some conversational stuff. He is much further ahead than me in terms of his ability to have a conversation in Greek. I can listen, though, and I made an attempt last, I think it was on Monday. I made a really sturdy attempt to have a conversation in Koine Greek, and I did okay. I at least was able to understand, but I wasn't able to navigate really well. But in that conversation of me wallowing about and drowning, I learned like 5 new words. And when you're kind of in that moment where you're called on and you're in the spot, you learn words very, very quickly, because you have to. Well, that has been it for Christ and Culture. I'm your host, Taylor DeSoto, and I hope this has been a blessing. May the Lord bless you and keep you.